I was telling about some severe storm. So I will continue the rest of the topic now. Yes, I was telling about Amphan. I was feeling very happy in this day for warm for charming weather. It was really very good weather, and I was feeling very happy, and I also enjoyed lot during this day with my family members. For this lockdown, anybody could not go outside, so that's why I could stay with my all family members. So everybody stayed at home, and I enjoyed this pleasant weather with my family members. And this day, we also cooked different dishes, and we did, you can say, for during this lockdown every day was holiday. So especially we did not have any special day, but we enjoyed this day really. The weather, I told that the weather was really very charming, and but the sky was full of cloud, and it had rain, and I was waiting for Amphan. I was really very excited. I was wanting to see what can happen with us, what form it can take, etc. But and we also watching news. We were getting news from from uh, from news channels. So and I was telling again and again that it will not take severe form, it will not so terrible storm, etc. And everybody was so casual. Um and I was really very excited. I was wanting to watch news again and again. I was opening TV, and trying to watch TV, and trying to know the location of the storm, etc. So but when at last at last this storm came so close to us, means when it came so close, then in the weather changed quickly, means I could not explain that. It was really very another weather, means really another weather. And then then I also then I was feeling very upset. Suddenly weather changed, and the speed of rain was getting increased, and the speed of air was getting increased, means everything was happening. And I saw this storm in my own eyes, means there had a tree there, sorry, there has a mango tree in front of my home. And I was keeping notice on the tree, means this tree was this mango tree was swaying, and we did not have current supply. We we were getting very afraid, and I was thinking that the mango trees seemed to fall, and the water is entering in the home. And I was cleaning the uh, I was trying to clean the floor again and again, but the water was entering in the house, and it was really terrible moment. And I saw it in my own eyes. And just not mango trees, every trees was um, every trees was swaying. And I was then I could understand, means that it took sever from, um, and it was damaging lots of things. And we also had a banana tree beside my home. Sorry, there had a banana tree beside my home, and it and the tree fall. And we could not open the window in my home. uh, the water was splashing, and sorry, the splash water was coming in my home. And when we could not open our window, open our door. And there had a heavy rainfall, means it was really very heavy rainfall. But when this storm arose, then we could not understand anything. But when this storm stopped, means next morning, when we could not watch any news, because I told before that we did not have any current. So that's why when means next morning we were listening different types of news. For this pandemic situation, everything was closed. Every shop, everything was closed, and any people did not go outside. And there also there did not have any vehicles. There did not have so much vehicle in the road. So that's why any people or any people could not harm for the storm. Or but any people did not lost their lives, etc. But next morning we listened lots of things, like we also listened that lots of tree fall, lamppost fall, and some people lost it their home. Especially those people lived in coastal area, they faced big problem. They lost it. They no, they did not lost their life, because when our government announced that we can face a storm, then they got a well shelter from government. So that's why they lost it their homes, those like Sundarban, Namkhana, etc. Means the coastal area, those people lived in coastal area, they lost it their home. Sorry, lost it their house. And there also had water locked, means and we did not have any current supply for 2 days. And then those that's mean those people, there also had some place there. Anybody did not have most of the people did not have current supply for 1 week or 2 week. I had a friend, and she did not have any current supply for 1 month, just 1 month. Means, and that's why for this 1 month I could not keep contact with her. Uh, Everything detached. Um, and we could not think that when this storm will stop. um, but our weather, our weather was so pleasant. but but the communication system was disconnected. I had my maternal uncle's house is in rural area. So there did not have their communication system is not so updated. So that for during this storms, during this situation, we could not keep contact with our maternal uncles. um and for this and there has been lots of damage in agriculture, and there also have some problem of waters. Means those people stay depended on agriculture, they faced lots of problems. But it was really very terrible storm. Means it was really very difficult day for everyone, and I did never saw storm like this storm. And my father also told me that never saw storm like this storm in his life. He saw some storm in his life, but not like this Amphan. This Amphan is really very terrible, and our government could not understand that it could take terrible forms. We took lots of precautions, right? But uh, this all precaution was not enough. And for this pandemic situation, I had to do online classes, tuition. I had to do online classes, so I faced lots of problem in this online class. I could not communicate with my teachers when I joined in online class. Then I could not listen my teachers, I could not listen my friends properly. Means it was really, means we faced this problem for 1 month. No, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month. Could not understand anything properly, and it was not possible to stay absent in class. We had to do classes, so that's why it also created lots of problems, and our teachers could not hear us. And for this online class, I faced lots of problems, and I could not hear my teacher. My teacher could not hear me, so it created lots of problems. And it was first storm. And we also faced one more storm during 2021, but did not take so much terrible form. And but I really got, when I heard that we can face one more storm, then we really got really very afraid. I was thinking that it can take a severe form like Amphan, but fortunately it did not take terrible form, and its name was Yash. And but at first I could not imagine that we can face the storm again in this year. At first I thought that it's a rumors. Everybody is telling it. Everybody was not telling it seriously, but when I heard it from news channels, then I took it seriously. I really took it very seriously. um, uh, and but it did not take so much form, but it damaged in coastal area. Those people lived in coastal area, they faced lots of problems. So for this pandemic situation, lots of people lost their works, lost their own family members. So for this pandemic situation, people faced lots of problems, and this Amphan, this Yash is a big problem. Especially those people are really very poor and they lived in coastal area, they faced big problem. um, they cannot imagine that this Yash can damage her their normal life. It's really it could not damage our, means those people live in Kolkata, especially safe place. They did not face it. But it also damaged in our agriculture. Means there has been lots of damage in agriculture. And and um, the communication um, the communication system was disconnected also. And I told that my maternal uncle's house is in rural area, and they also faced some problem, and some trees also fault, and it also created some problems. And for this yash, some people did not have any current supply also. But um, I did not faced so much problems. Means there had just rain and flowing. There were flowing air, and the weather was really very charming, and very well weather. And but I was in a dilemma that the weather of Amphan and the weather of Yash has lots of difference. And there had rain from 2 or 3 days before. Um, and there mm, and there had cool weather, means normal weather. There sometime the cloud was full of, sorry, their sky was full of cloud. Sometime it was high sunshine, etc. Means unpredictable weather it was. But we were listening lots of news, different news. But uh, for this years, our government took lots of precautions. Yes, for then Amphan means we faced a big problem once. So that's why during this storm, our government took lots of precaution. Then Amphan, those people stayed in coastal area. For this person, means those people lived in coastal area, they got safe place from government. And our government also arranged for some food for these people. Everything was ready. And I was sure that if this storm took any savor from, then it could not damage us like before. Means it could not damage everything. But after taking this lots of precaution, we did not face anything. But told before, those people live in coastal area, they faced problem. So and it was and we faced this two storm during this pandemic situation. And it was really it was memorable day in my life. And